What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. In today's video, we are talking about how you can protect your LEAP options during earnings. So if you are excited for today's video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on the bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, the point of this video is to talk about how you can essentially set yourself up to hedge your portfolio, especially if you have LEAP options here. Okay, so we're gonna break down this idea, and it does work also with if you have shares of companies and everything else here. It is called a collar strategy. Now, the reason that this is important is because it allows you to hedge your portfolio while you hope for stocks to rebound in case the earnings go against you, right? So, for example, as you will see, Chipotle on the screen had earnings this week, and their earnings were not good at all. And it plummeted a matter of 20+% in the week. And unfortunately, for my Chipotle LEAP call option that we got into here, it is currently down $792. Has a value of about $300 left to it as a result. But it does expire in June of next year. So we still have a couple more earnings that could come out between now and then in hopes for a rebound. And the break-even price is $46.90. Now, you're sitting there saying, Fridge, what are you doing? Like, you're down $700, almost $800 on this option here. Why would you still hold it and not just cut your losses, right? And especially when it comes down to the earnings season that we are in right now. When it comes to earnings, all it takes is a big announcement, either good or bad, that can send the stock plummeting or skyrocketing up to the upside. So, believe it or not, I actually was able to offset a lot of these losses on my Chipotle stock. Okay, right now, again, you saw I was down $792, almost $800 I am down on this option. Okay, but let's take a look and break down the ideas. I'm going to show you guys the trades that we did, and then I'm also going to break down the strategy and how it works. So make sure you stay tuned for it. All right, so what I've been doing ever since I started trading Chipotle here, I bought this LEAP option for $1,090 way back in August after they had a big sell-off from their previous earnings, and now they sold off again. So, woo, doing great over here. Okay, but when you buy a LEAP option, what you can do in the near term is sell calls against it. The reason why is because, remember, selling covered calls, you need 100 shares. But when you have a LEAP option, you have access to 100 shares instead. So if you sell a call against your LEAP option and it does go into that strike price, you can just, exercise your LEAP option. It counts as the 100 shares worth, and it kind of just uses that as the collateral instead of having to buy 100 shares of Chipotle stock. So that's called a poor man's covered call. If you want to find those videos, those are also on my YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out because I break down the ideas behind it. But so what I've been doing here is I've been selling covered calls essentially against Chipotle's LEAP option here. Okay, so sold it for $92, bought it back for $24, made about $68 here as a result of this transaction here. Sold one at $60, bought it back for $28, made another $32 there. It's pushing out about $100 right now in premiums collected as a result. Sold a $43 cover call option here before their earnings were coming out, and it expired worthless, so I got $35. So right now, I'm up $135 in premiums, and it cost me $1,090. So I'm kind of chipping away a little bit, 1 week at a time, a couple weeks at a time here on my premium that I paid for this Chipotle. The ideal situation would be to I've made $1,000 back on Chipotle selling options. So that way, worst case scenario, I would basically be about break even by June of next year. Worst case scenario, right? Best case scenario, make $1,000 before then, and then you have a free call option of Chipotle until June 18th, which would be the best case scenario, obviously. Then we get into the big dogs. So I opened up a 2 option order here, which is the collar strategy. Basically what it is you are selling a call option of Chipotle. And again, their earnings were on the 29th after hours, and this expired on the 31st. So their earnings were Wednesday after market close. This expired Friday the same week on Halloween. So I sold a $44 covered call option, which again is going to reduce my upside and kind of offset my downside risk. So I got paid $73 here to kind of offset that cost basis. But then I essentially doubled down here by buying a Chipotle put option for $38 strike price, and that cost me $128. So I bought a put for Chipotle, so that way if it crashes, if it tanks, I'm able to reap the downside. I'm able to collect that downside from this put option here. But instead of paying $128, I actually only paid $55 because this sold call option offsets the bought option that we have here, which gives me a actual price of $55. And now this let me be hedged to the downside. And also, it kind of would have been good because if Chipotle went to $44, if it had a good earnings, it went to $44, this would have been profitable already. It would have been like up like $20, $30. So I would have had all these premiums here, plus this one, plus, a little bit more here. So I probably would have made, maybe $100, $200 or so total on the entire transaction. So it hedges me more to the downside than the upside, because if it goes to like $48, $49, I'm obviously going to have to close this part out for a loss. But Chipotle had awful earnings. They announced that the lower middle class individuals were not going to Chipotle as much, aka pricing is probably too expensive, which reduces revenues and reduces product and all that kind of stuff like that. And Chipotle sells off. And what I was able to do was I was able to close this option for $434. So I paid $55 just to hedge the downside, and I was able to close this because these both just lost a lot of value. The call option lost value, so I made money, and the put option gained value, so I made money there as well. So I made $434 minus my cost basis of $55, and we plug it in the calculator here, 434 minus 55. I made $379 profit on that trade, and it only took one day, right? Which is crazy. I opened it at 3:30 Eastern time. I closed it at the next day, 1:22 Eastern time. So literally about 24 hours, I made $379 on the hedged position. So think about now where we're at here. I've made $379 here plus $135 here. So if you do $379 from that one trade by itself plus the $135, I've made $514 in premiums. Now, it cost me $1,090, but I've made back $514 or whatever that number was. So I've almost reduced my cost basis on my LEAP option by half. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome in my opinion. I've been able to reduce my risk by almost 50% from selling covered call options to hedge and also from doing a collar strategy. Now, how does a collar strategy work? I'll give you an example. We're looking at company Wendy's. Wendy's is going to be having their earnings, I believe. When are their earnings? The November 7th pre-market. So the end of this week, pre-market. And what you'll see is right now that Fridge Financials has a LEAP option for January of 2028. So Chipotle was 2026. This one's 2 more years out after that. And right now I bought it for $320 and I'm now down about $60 so far. Now, what I was able to do in the meantime, when I'm looking at this Wendy's option here, as you take a look at the calculations we've done so far, again, the job now with the LEAP option is to reduce risk. How do you reduce risk? Well, by looking at selling call options and then closing them out for profits, which I did. I sold a $10 call option for November and I closed it back for $10. I bought it back, so I made $25 here. So I've already reduced my cost basis from $320 down to $295. Okay, which is great. That's awesome. Okay, now is where we want to play earnings now. Okay, so now here's where the earnings call comes into play. Okay, so say I want to go to trade Wendy's options here, and their earnings are on the 7th here, and we want to see how we're going to be able to hedge this position here. Okay, so what you'd be looking at doing here is saying, okay, Fridge, I'm going to sell. Now these right now don't have any bid asks right now, so the bid is 0, ask is 15, so the middle is 1 penny, so that's not there. But say I wanted to sell a $9 call option right here, so I would sell a $9 call option, which means that if Wendy's goes to $9, I would have to close, or I could roll my positions or whatever the case may be. For Wendy's in particular, I'm going to sell a $9 call option, and I get paid. This one says $13, maybe it's $10 depending. And as we get closer to earnings, the IVs expand because there's more uncertainty. So this might actually have a little more value to it at right before earnings are announced on Friday morning. So you'd sell a call option here, and then you're not going to say, hey, well, that hedges my downside because it kind of gives me, some passive income. So if it doesn't go to $9, okay, I make $13, and that kind of offsets my $3.20 a little bit more, and we can kind of go from there. But then what you could also do is you could double down. Not exactly double down, but I'm going to buy a put option. Now, say I want to buy an $8.50 put option for $25. Now, instead of it costing me $25, it actually is only going to cost me $12. And now what you will see is that now I am hedged to the downside, because Wendy's expected move right now, if I'm looking at different historical data from earnings and looking at what projections are for it, they're looking at a move about 6% to either side. So if Wendy's goes down 6%, which you'll see is, right about, around like $8 or so, like right here, about 6%, I would make $31 as a result. So I would have made $31 from this collar strategy here. And on top of that, I already have the 25. So I'm already down, I've already made like $56 back here, and it cost me $320. I've already reduced my cost basis by about almost 20% or around 20% here. And so this hedges the downside. So now if Wendy's goes up, 5%, yeah, okay, I'm down to $13 here. So I have to factor that into my cost basis, but it allows me to hedge my portfolio, which to me, I think is very, very huge, especially when it comes to earnings season. Now, if Wendy's starts to go a lot more in the opposite direction to like $9.30 or $9.50, then yeah, I'm going to be losing some more money here. But my hope, I'm not going to be looking at $9. I'm looking at probably doing a $9.50 here. There's just no bid right now at the time of this going on. My hope is that as we get closer to earnings, it'll have a little bit of volume to it, a little bit more momentum there. So hopefully that will be the best there. But basically what you are doing to offset your positions is you sell a call and then you buy a put. I'll give you another example that I have here. Sweetgreen also has their earnings coming up, I believe, on the 6th after hours. So after hours is Sweetgreen. The next morning for me is going to be Wendy's. Okay. And as you can see right now, I have a leap option here on it as well. I actually made a synthetic here from a while ago. So if Sweetgreen goes to $5, I'll be buying $5 worth of Sweetgreen here. But I also have a leap option of $5 for 2027. Now, if I want to hedge my position here, what I would do is I would go to the same week of their earnings, which you'll see here. I'm going to sell a call option here. Now, that call option could be, a $15, call option, for $8 right here, as you will see. Very unlikely for it to happen. Most likely, the delta is 20%, so very unlikely for it to happen. But then again, I can double down by buying, a call option at about $6 maybe. And what it does is it costs me $28. Now, look at the break even. If it goes down 9%, okay, yeah, great. I think a Sweetgreen's move is like 15-ish% to either direction. So if it starts to move down that opposite direction, I still be able to capitalize on that downside move, which I don't want to have, but I'll still be able to make some money as a result. If it goes down to that $5 strike price and I got to buy shares at $5, I will still make $70 on Sweetgreen. And the leap option that I bought costed, let me see, what did it cost me here? The Sweetgreen call option costed me $4.90. Okay, so $70 offsets it to $420 there. I also have made some money on covered calls as well, so it's probably under $400 at this point. So what this allows you to do is allows you to hedge your downside. Yes, could you just sell a call option? Of course you can. So if I go to sell this call option at $8, yeah, okay, great. As long as it doesn't go, up 26%, then yeah, I make $15 here, which is great. But if you get a big move to the downside, you're capped at $15. That's where you're capped at in terms of a downside move. Your downside move, you're capped at $15. But if you buy a put option, now you have a lot more profitability if Sweetgreen tanks for whatever reason. Okay. And that will be used to help offset that risk. Now, again, my Sweetgreen options for leaps go until January of 2027. So I still have over a year out. So this will be some short-term premium to collect and some profits to take to allow it to hopefully recover at some point. And if it does recover, then I'm able to then have a really, really much lower cost basis on my leap option here. Now, obviously, if it goes up past $8, then I'm going to lose a lot more money. But as this starts to move this way, my LEAP option becomes worth more again, right? So say it goes to $8 here, I'm down $28. Oh no. But if I go back to my call option here, if this goes back to $8, what would that put me at? Let's take a look here. Let's go to $8 here. So basically put me, down $45 here, which, isn't ideal, but right now it's down $185. So I'd make $140 in profit on the LEAP. I would lose some money on the, on the collar strategy, but it's a very good way to hedge your positions. And again, I made $400 in Chipotle on one day. That reduced my cost basis by about 50%. And that's very, very nice. Okay. So that is it for the video here. That is how you would be able to hedge a LEAP option with earnings season now in full force. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did make it far in the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notifications for all future uploads. As always, I hope you make money in the market in some way, shape, or form. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.